Hello everyone, welcome. I know you have joined in this course to learn how to design pipelines relevant to HVAC system. To do so, we'll start very slow. Our very first topic is types of piping systems. So let's learn what are the different types of piping systems are there. Starting with our very first topic, closed loop piping system that we have in evaporator of chiller. So for instance, here we have our chiller, and from a chiller, the pipeline is running towards the cooling tower coils here in a fan coil units. And from the fan coil units, the pipelines is coming back to the chiller, and here we have a pump to make this happen. Now, if we look deeply, the water inside the pipeline contains inside the pipeline. It is not coming out. This type of system, we call it closed loop piping system. So in closed loop piping system, water contains inside the loop or pipeline. It is not coming outside. So this water is planned to be inside the pipeline for a very long time. For this reason, the water has to be very safe for the system. Meaningly, the water should not be a reason of corrosion or scaling. For this reason, this water should be very much treated water, or we may say we are using soft water. So the water that we're using inside the closed loop should be corrosion free, should not create any scale. So we are going to control the hardness of the water, and obviously should not create any slime or algae-like situation. A part of HVAC systems or chiller evaporator, we are using similar system for geothermal system or any other heating system. We are using closed loop piping. Moving forward, we have open loop piping system. Like for instance, we have a chiller. From the chiller, pipeline is going to the cooling tower, and the water is cooling down at wet bulb temperature and then coming back to the chiller. If we look it deeply, the difference between the previous one and this one is the water is being exposed to environment at this cooling tower just to cool it down. So it is no longer contains inside the pipeline only. It is exposed to environment. That's why it is no longer a closed loop system. It is actually a open loop system. So these are the two basic type of very commonly used piping system. And let me tell you a secret. If you know how to design open loop piping and closed loop piping, you should be able to design all different of type of water piping systems. For instance, raw water piping system, soft water piping system, potable water system, piping system. You just name it. If there is a pipe and there's water, you know how to design it. So basically, mm, all through this journey, we are going to learn how to design closed loop and open loop piping system. That is our target. Apart of closed loop and open loop piping system, there is another very much uncommon piping system is once through piping system. Let's say if you have a big water body nearby your project and the water in the natural source is very much fresh, and you can actually use this water to cool down your chiller condenser. Not very common. Eventually, I haven't done it in my lifetime, but the system is there. So once through, not very common. What we have very commonly open loop piping system and closed loop piping system. And our target is to learn how to design everything relevant to open and closed loop piping system. So let's move forward.